or not, And I said this because, it's painful. It was hurtful. I mean, when my youngest daughter, she asked me a question as far as like, and this I'm speaking the truth. With my mentoring at Dade, junior high in South Dallas, and she asked me about it, and she was talking in a way that I felt like she was trying to say something because she feels the same way I feel. She want to see her daddy a lot more, just as much as I want to see my daughter a lot more. But there's things that's in between that she doesn't understand. But as adults, I'm pretty sure y'all understand, right?
Right.
So,
right.
And that's very challenging, man. When your child is asking you questions like that, and then you have to defend it. And my defense was that just know that if daddy don't see you, daddy's still trying to do what is right and what's good. And I say that for all the people out there that might be going through those same situations. If you're going through a situation, man, and you can't be there around yours the way you would want to, right? Don't let that hinder you or stop you from being active altogether. Like we still, yes, most definitely. And as painful as it's hurtful as it might be, anything good comes from the Creator. All good comes from the Creator. Everything bad that happens to you, you bring it on yourself. So if there's an opportunity for you to enlighten or be an example to somebody young that's around you, take it the same way you would take it as if you was being a role model and example for your own. Because can't nothing but good come out of something was good, out of good. Good produces good. And it was like I said, it was very challenging and hurtful when I first encountered that. But I didn't let it stop me. And it prevailed because my dog, she understands that. She understands, like, yes, if I could be there with you every day, that I would. But unfortunately, that's not the situation right now. But if anybody's going through those same situations, man, don't let that situation stop you from trying to be an example or being positive in anybody else's life that you can be. Because sometimes we're going to be tested like that. Now, I could have adopted the attitude and been like, well, since I can't do it with mine, I'm just not going to do anything altogether. But that's not good either. That's not good. So we still have to, that's when we become proactive. We have to be proactive in situations like that. Because a lot of times I think some of us, we deal with issues like that and we don't really know how to talk to people about it because for some it might be embarrassing. Some of us, it might be sensitive. But there's always somebody that you can talk to, man. Just go with your better sense of judgment when things like that happen because this is what I'm doing as we speak. I'm going to continue to do what I do until I'm able to do something, different along with doing this. So it's just a positive message, man. That's why I say I'm always trying to stay positive, man, and keep that best foot forward,
One step at a time, one positive foot at a time. Mr. Brandon Whitting, what say you, brother?
Yeah, man. He just made me think about, even though he's talking about, his child, it made me think about The Color Purple. When the old girl, she wasn't getting the letters from her sister, but the old boy was hiding them. You know what I'm saying? Right. So she didn't know. So until later, when they came from Africa and stuff like that, because he had separated the family. So sometimes, man, it makes me think about something else. Sometimes that's why we can't look at color. Sometimes, like anybody could be doing something evil. You know what I mean? So we can't say to these folks all the time, look what he did. He separated her from her sister because he wanted to have sex with her and she didn't want it. You know what I mean? So that was a long time, and that showed me something else, patience too. And I say to you too, Vincent, because we know so well about patience. But it's heart-wrenching. I can't imagine. My heart goes out to you and other brothers because I never really been through that. So, I made a post too about this the other day about can't really say you understand until you walk into somebody, unless you walk in but have a conversation. But if you don't have a conversation, you don't know. I can't say I understand where you're coming from at all, or if I don't take the time to listen. So,
Right.
but I want to go in another direction too. About one thing too, I'm learning. Like we talking about goals, is establishing something, like, and staying the course, because a lot of times I start something and get distracted easy,
Right.
and get off task. You know what I mean? From what I'm supposed to be, I got in mind. So, staying the course, bro, and establishing
Right.
things in my life, and it's not that I give up, but like seeing it all the way through. Because you can start anything. There's a lot of people start stuff but never finish. They
Right.
never finish it. Like a project, you just never finish it. Like then they'll jump on something else. You know what I mean? But you never finish it. So when you don't finish it, people still didn't see the whole picture.
Right.
So that's one thing, establishing myself, and as far as relationships too, like you were speaking about your child. Now I'm sitting back looking at my daughter. She's 10 years old now.
Right.
And I'm thinking about when she wasn't 10, when she was just a little baby and stuff, putting in that work again, Shelton. Ripping and running up down that street, and she has a great mother, who didn't give me any trouble or whatever, but
Right.
putting in that work. And I think about all them years, because I was really a single father, brother. I really was a single father. I did it on my own, like change diapers and stuff. So now I'm just sitting back. The other day I had my daughter. I'm just looking at her. I was like, man, 10 years later. You know what I mean? 10 years later.
Right.
And then we keep living, it's going to be some more years later. So now you sitting back watching your seed grow.
Right.
But I know that I don't put in a lot of work with her. And still got a lot of work. The job ain't finished.
Right.
But it's like it's becoming more easier. Cause like
Right.
when you start off on the road, it be rough because you new to it. Everything is new. It's like me working out in the oil field. It's like it was rougher. Now we still have days. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the path becomes smoother.
Right.
So all you got to do is stay the course, and don't give up. Like you said, Shelton, it was times I wanted to give up. Like, man, it's raining out here. It's cold. My feet, my hands, man. But then I think about, I can't complain about it because I got to look at the blessings. And then you ask for this. But when you ask God for something, you ask Him for all that's going to come with it. You might not think like that, but that's true.
Right.
If you ask God to have a child, bless you with a child, well, you got to know your child going to cry sometime. You're going to not want to deal with the child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You love the child. You don't say, I wish I didn't have you. You say you don't trade that child for the world, but it's going to be time. They test your patience, you test theirs. So that's with everything. Relationships, you want a wife or a husband, and stuff come with that. You know what I mean? So, but you got to look at the blessings and the test, really the test in it, because God just tests us with things, and then if we pass, He take us to another level. So that's how I look at life, man. I'm blessed. I sit back, not look at what I don't have. I got to look at what I do have. And I'm blessed, bro. I'm really, really blessed, especially to make it from some adverse situations, even before the child and all that, to make it from the streets and survive prison. I'm blessed anyway, bro.
Right.
I'm blessed anyway. I see people that didn't make it out of them situations. You know I ain't lying, Vincent. You know it.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, bro. That's what I think about.
Yeah.
And can't nobody tell me God ain't real,
Right. Right. Yeah, man. And to give clarity, man, it's with me, man. It was because I I had to deal with a situation like that, and it was more shocking than anything. You know, when you co-parenting, man, and you know when your child asks you something like that, and you kind of know where they get it from, and then when you look at it and you have to give an explanation for it, you know, it is very challenging because, you know, I didn't want to make my daughter feel like she's not important. That's the most important thing for me. But because of the loophole, of the loops that I got to go through, and the things that I have to go through just to even to see her, right? It becomes frustrating. It becomes frustrating, and I would never not want to deal with it. But in the process of dealing with it, I still try to stay positive and still try to keep my best foot forward. And in doing that, I was questioned from my daughter behind that, and that could be discouraging because I didn't want to make her feel like she wasn't important, because that wasn't the case. And how I left it and she understood was because Daddy don't see you as much as he would like to. When you still want to see your father doing what's right, even if it's being a mentor at other schools. No, I can't do it at your school, but I can do it at this school, and they need that help. So I have to do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to do what's called upon, and when we called upon, and that's been very challenging. It's very challenging because I'm not the parent that's with her every day. I'm not with her every day, so I can only see her and talk to her when I can, when it's time. You know what I mean? And that's when we've allowed as parents to let a system come in and dictate how this is going to be done. But I heard you even said in one of your songs, man, right? Child support only hurt the fathers and the children. And it's so true. It's so true because time is the most important thing that you can give when it comes to your child. But when you have to go through a ring of fire just to get that done because you're dealing with a parent that's still bitter behind other situations, to make it even harder. And then to have your child to question you behind it makes it even harder. So that's not to change direction of what this conversation is about tonight, because it's about going into 2019, what's going to make it epic. And my attitude is staying positive and looking forward to the greater things and not letting anything deter me as an individual from doing what I know in my heart what's right to do. Because as a parent and as a father, we're fathers no matter where we are, whether you're dealing with your own or you're dealing with someone else. You still have a responsibility, and you still have to take accountability of your interactions and your day-to-day life. So my goal in coming in 2019 is being better discipline, self-discipline, taking inventory at the end of my day, and setting some short-term goals monthly to see what my yearly goals are going to result in. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to 2019, man, and I'm ready. You know, hey, 2019 in my world, I really done started.
I wish everyone a great 2019, man, because they put things in place, right now, the rest of the 2018, right, to do great things, man. You know, it's all about planning. Because think about it, man. We were just hollering about Happy New Year just a little while ago, right? And just how quick, man, this year is right upon us, man. So time is not waiting on anybody. It ain't sitting around waiting for you guys to figure out what you're going to do. You know, the time is now, people. The time is absolutely right now. You know, to get out there, man, and do your best and live your dreams and your goals so you can be proud. So when 2020 come around, you can be nice and proud of what you are and what you've done because you didn't quit and you kept on moving. Can you dig it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, they say you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's what they say, right? That's the saying, right? You stay ready, you ain't got to worry about it. What they say, you ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about getting ready, man, if you stay ready, man. That's the thing. just stay ready for it, man. Like I said, just put forth those things. Simple as that, man. New Year's or Christmas time is coming up, right? Everybody's going to want gifts and all that. Buy yourself a tablet, a pen and pad. Write things down, write in your journal, if you will.
Right.
Write those things down, man, and watch them start